Baseball on the show. We're live at Nationals Park here in Washington, D.C. Today we've got a contest out of the National League East between the Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals. Alongside Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and guys, the Braves played well in the series so far, winning the first two in this three-game set.
Yeah, and to sweep this team right here would be a huge momentum boost. It is not easy to sweep a series. I don't care if it's 3 games or 4 games. I think back to Bobby Cox. His big thing was you just want to win series. 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. But when you have a chance to sweep a team, you have to take advantage of it.
Josiah Gray gets the ball for Washington in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, we're looking at a real solid starting pitcher right here. You take a look at that ERA, anywhere between 3.5 and 4. But I'll tell you what he does know how to do. He knows how to get people out, and he can minimize the damage. He knows how to control the running game. He does a lot of things right. And if he does all those things, expect a real solid performance in this one.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Dansby Swanson started to go around, but it's a called strike. 0-1. Fellas, the Nationals, as they take the field here today, they've been on the skids recently, losers in 7 of their last 9 ball games.
Yeah, Matty V. And you know what, D-Roll, this is when you really get tested. They call it the dog days of August for a reason. When you're struggling like this team is right now, the games get long, the schedule gets long, and you start looking forward towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but you got to find a way, Dan. You know as well as I do. You got to look in the mirror. You're playing for way more, especially the way this team is underachieved. You got to keep grinding. You got to find a way to put your foot on the gas and show up to the yard every day ready to go.
So the breaking ball locked him up there. Dansby Swanson is retired to kick off the inning. Acuna digs in now. As with 1 away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike 1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Earl Hendricks.
Hey, you know, D-Roll, the book kind of on Earl Hendricks is he likes one side of the plate or the other. Could it be where he sets up behind the catcher?
It could be, Dan, but as a hitter, that's all you look for. I'll give you a little bit off the outside edge if you're going to be consistent with it.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't extend his arms very easily.
Here now the 2-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
This has not been a weekend to remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
So next up will be Freddie Freeman. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 15 long balls, 57 runs batted in. The 1-0. Misses for the second ball.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Too high, and it's 3-0.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
Good slider there, gets a swing and miss. And the count will be full. And we'll have the first base runner of the ball game here as that misses, and it's a 2-out walk.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
So a runner at first with 2 away. And up next, the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. He's set. Here it comes. As he'll chase one up around the letters here for strike 1.
Now, this pitcher's feeling the flow right now. 2 outs in the first inning. He's got really nice mechanics working right now and blew that fastball right by him.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Way outside. 1-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Two balls and 2 strikes now to the Braves catcher.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. 1 left for Atlanta, and now the Nationals get their first opportunity. No score. Ian Anderson gets the ball for Atlanta in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, this guy's had a solid season up to this point. 15 wins on the year, and that's a pretty good number. He's going to look to add to that total in this one here today.
So here is number 3. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The Nationals, the shortstop, number 3.
The pitch. Line to the right side. But that finds the first baseman's glove, and that's a tough first out.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 88.
Up next, number 88. First chance for him here after appearing as a pinch hitter in the game last night. Now here it comes.
See ya.
Guys, one of D-Row's former employers, the Braves, as they begin play here this afternoon. They've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, this team finds itself with a huge lead, double digits right now, and climbing, playing really good baseball. Some people will say, oh, you don't want to have that big a lead, you start resting on your laurels. I look at it the other way, man. You've earned the right to kind of get some guys off their feet if the manager wants to. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. This team's focused and playing really good baseball. I would not worry about it. Keep pushing the throttle.
And the 0-2 here is fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Into the windup and the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2.
Hey, 3 foul balls in a row right here, searching for that put-away stuff.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Oh, man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
Next, it'll be Juan Soto. First shot for him here as he enters play, currently leading the senior circuit in batting.
This season really shouldn't come as a surprise to many. We all know what kind of skill this guy produces when he has a bat in his hands.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
Now that's when you know it's a good pitch. He broke off a really nice breaking ball down in the zone right there, and even though this is one of the best hitters around, he waved right through it.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Ball. 1-1.
Hard hit towards center. That gets down, and the inning continues. The throw into second. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. So nothing in the Washington half of the first. We're through an inning at Nationals Park, still scoreless. Now at the plate, here is Eddie Rosario. He drove in 2 of his club's 3 runs in last night's affair.
Rosario.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Oh, 0-1 count, and the pitch. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Well, today's game provides the visiting squad with a chance to complete the series sweep, guys.
And you can see why this team is in first place in the division. A solid ball club with good hitting and good pitching. And it's always key when you're playing interdivision squads.
Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Wow, his stuff looks electric coming out of the gates in this one, guys. That's 5 batters faced, 4 strikeouts. That's going to be a tough pace to keep up, but it looks like he has what it takes to work deep into this game.
Here's Marcelo Zuna as he grounds one briskly to short. Right to him. Throw on to first, 2 gone. So now here is Johann Camargo. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. First offering. And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right. 0-1, here it comes. Fastball well outside. No score here as we play inning number 2. Now a ball lined hard toward deep right field. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, one-hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies. Fouled off. The numbers offensively pretty dismal to this point, down in the 170s to start play. 15 long balls and 46 driven in. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
Camargo at second with 2 down. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. 2-out double left stranded. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. Last half of the second set to go, and digging into bat next, the big bat of Josh Bell. He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
That's the ball. 1-0.
Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1. And it's 1-2.
Take a step back right here. After 3 fastballs in a row, there is no chance he throws you a 4th.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
That's just quality pitching right there for that strikeout. Some guys are real good low ball hitters, but more often than not, keeping the ball down is going to lead to a lot of success on the mound.
Stepping in now, Luis Garcia, as he'll take a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He enters play with 14 home runs to his credit this year. Hit hard up the middle. And that is through into center field for a one-out single.
That's a big knock right there for his confidence. He had seen it. You're walking to the plate, you know you're averaging dip below 220 for the first time in a long time. Nice AB.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Anderson is a guy that's able to keep the bat off the ball. That's kind of the name of the game for a pitcher, and as a starter, it really helps him work deep into games.
Matty V, one of the toughest parts about scoring runs is bunching 3 or 4 hits together an inning, and that's one of the things this guy does really well. He's tough to hit, and he's really tough to get 3 or 4 hits off of. That's one of the reasons why he's one of the better pitchers.
And he fouls this one off. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. A bouncer up the middle. One there. Relay to Freddie. Double play, and that'll end the inning. It's quite possible the humidity has finally taken its toll on some of the fans. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this. So in now is the Atlanta pitcher, Ian Anderson. 9-1-2 due up.
Number 36, Ian Anderson.
And the pitch. As he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. Oh, 0-1, here it comes. No plate discipline that time, and he's in the hole now. 0-2.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Hit on the ground out to short. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. So one gone for the Braves here in the third, and that brings up the former #1 overall pick, Dansby Swanson. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Third inning, no score to this point. A ball and a strike now to the Atlanta leadoff man. Swanson is a strong defender playing up the middle in the infield. He's got great hands, good range, the big arm, and those skills are not lost on his teammates, his coaches, or his front office for that matter.
Yeah, he has the ability. What I love about this ball player, he's got such a great internal clock. It seems like it's bang bang at first every time, but the guy's out. He's got sure hands and an accurate throwing.
And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. Struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Oh, and a good tight slider there, and he's in command, 0-2. Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here, 1-2.
Man, that's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball, just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. This is foul right side. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
It's a fine line from working down in the zone on 2-2 and bouncing one in there that basically stands no chance at getting swung at. Right there, he basically spiked that one right into the dirt, and now he has to find the zone on a 3-2 pitch.
And awfully close there on 3-2, but take your base, says Earl Hendricks. It's ball 4.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He's 2 for 7 in the series so far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0.
With that base running threat on first base, man, does that change the pitcher's whole mentality. This guy at the plate should assume nothing but heaters coming right at him.
And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit. And he'll try to get back now, but it's not going to work. The throw hangs him out to dry, and that'll end the inning. Braves strand 1. Home half of the third coming up. No score.
The Nationals are due to hit in the third, and they're looking to get some momentum going with the bats. This is a group that has had its trouble doing so all season long. Entering the day, they rank near the bottom of the league in batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging. So it's clear this is a work in progress. One player told me before the game, it's a difficult thing to go through. We're all competitive guys, and we believe in ourselves, but we're obviously not getting the results we need. And one coach told me that despite the numbers being what they are, he's seeing a lot of development happening. So he's optimistic about what the future holds, especially for some of their younger players. Back to you, Matt.
Robles.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the leadoff hitter in the inning reaches safely for the Nationals.
That had to be in the scouting report right there. You don't see too many 0-0 breaking ball ambushes in the game anymore. He had to know that pitch was coming.
Here's the catcher, Alex Avila, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Pitch on its way to Avila. And that finds the target. 0-2 now.
After falling down 0-2 on the same pitch, don't be shocked if he triples up on it.
Robles aboard here at first with nobody out. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you could tell these things and exploit them.
At the plate now, Josiah Gray. And they'll try and play for 1 here as he gets this one down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice. Now it'll be number 3. Runner in scoring position with Sugan. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
Here's the 0-2. Grounded back up the middle. Swanson picks it up over to first, and that retires the side. Nationals leave 1. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Here's the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
The old adage, pitching and defense have been stellar so far. They've certainly kept both offenses in check.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. There's a shin-high slider laid off for a ball.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
3-0 now.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. Fouled away. And he checked his swing, but it's a strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
At the plate, Eddie Rosario. Now a ball lined hard toward right center. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
And that'll bring in Marcelo Zuna. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. As a look, now the pitch.
Hey, 2 pitches at the knees right now, and you're down 0-2. This is where you got to fight. I want to see a 2-strike approach. Maybe a little choke up, maybe a little fight up the middle the other way. Grind back into this count.
And did he hold up in time? A look down, and no, he went around. It's strike 3.
The third baseman, Johann Camargo.
So here's Johann Camargo as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. The 0-1 offering.
1-1.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, after the double in his first at bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
And he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ball game. And that's ball 3 now as it just misses below the zone.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on 3 and 2 because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
Down the left field line and deep. And it's a foul ball.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
I know one thing. He earned that free pass right there. He was tempted with some really good pitches, but he stayed disciplined and drew the walk.
So up steps Ozzie Albies, struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. Ball 1.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Albies with a 1-1 count now.
He's got a good feel for his off-speed pitches second time through the order, and we just saw 3 in a row.
fastball. Close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With two guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
The 2-1 pitch. Rosario on second. Camargo at first. 2 out in the inning. Hit back up the middle. And that is through into center field. A base hit. And this will not be close, and the run will score easily.
Boy, when teams are playing well like this team is on a nice little winning streak right here, they strike early in this one to keep the mojo working.
Yeah, Dan, from an offensive standpoint, everyone searches for confidence, and that's exactly what they have right now. Everyone contributing makes for a fun clubhouse.
In now, Ian Anderson, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
Well, his guys just gifted him with a 2-out RBI, and now he's got a chance to help himself, too.
1-0. Here it is. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. And it's fouled away.
Hey, I know it's the pitcher at the plate, but he's going to grind it out right here. He's got a chance to help himself, and nothing's a bigger backbreaker to a team than watching the pitcher drive in a run.
Here's the 1-2, and he struck him out. His 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Braves get a couple of hits here in plate 1. Stepping in once again is number 88. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
The left fielder, number 88.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Didn't quite catch the zone there. Ball 1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
Hey, make no mistake about it. This lineup's going to have to get going and get a little bit more aggressive. This guy's pounding the zone.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see there, he sits in 4th place in that department in the National League. Juan Soto to the plate now. He was cut down at second, attempting to stretch a base at his first time through.
Yeah, fellas, not sure if he got the go-ahead from his base coach or not. Can't believe he did, but it looked like he was running in mud right there.
In there, no balls and a strike.
Hey, I'm surprised he went to that spot in his zone. This guy's known for being a down-and-in hitter. Don't expect too many pitches going in that spot.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2.
You got to go into battle mode after falling down 0-2 and find a way to work yourself back to even.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
As a hitter, you got to be staunch in your game plan. You know he has a nasty changeup, and you got to fight to make sure it's in the zone. That's a great take right there.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Into the windup and the pitch.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
The 2-2. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. swing and a miss, so the NL's leading hitter is set down on strikes, and there are 2 gone.
No better way to minimize the potential damage a cleanup hitter can do than to strike out both guys in front of him. Always a confidence boost when you can sit down the guys at the top of the lineup.
So that'll bring up Josh Bell. There's a breaking ball fouled off to the left for strike 1. Trying to avoid becoming the 3rd strikeout victim of the inning here. The windup and the 0-1. A swing and a ground ball to 3rd. And he whiffs on it as this ball's right under his glove.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This ball might have caught him in between hops. He looked unsure which way to turn his glove, and the next thing you know, it's by him.
To the plate now, Luis Garcia. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. He singled in his first AB. The 1-0. Hit down the 3rd baseline. Throw on to first, and they'll escape the danger created by the error. The inning is over. 1 left for Washington. They trail this one 1-0. And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. He bounced out last time up. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. As he'll take a look at ball 1. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. The 1-0 home. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. The 1-1 home is laid off for ball 2. Over at the knees, and that's the 2nd strike. Here now the 2-2. He is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
I always like watching pitchers that attack with their fastballs until there's a reason to start mixing it up. He hasn't needed many of his secondary pitches so far in this one, and there was another good fastball for a strikeout there.
So now to the plate, Ronald Acuna. As a good changeup will get him to commit too early, and it's strike 1. It was a walk in his last trip. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. That's the ball. Inside here with the hard stuff, and it's 2-1 now. Hit hard down the line, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far.
That's 10 strikeouts for him now, and I'll tell you, he could rack up quite a few more before he's done. Still a lot of game left in this one.
Stepping in now, Freddie Freeman, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. Singled last time up. The windup and the 1-0 pitch.
Hey, not a good spot to be, down 2-0. This guy has some serious pop at the plate. I'm expecting a big hack here.
Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. Throw on to Bell at first, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Braves. They lead it 1-0. And back in our nation's capital, before we get too much further on the field, let's check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
All right, Heidi, thank you.
Leading off for Washington, the third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
Now the pitch. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. The windup and the 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Out in front of that one. May have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Now another 0-2. Hard hit ball to second. Albies brings it in. Throw to first is in time for the first out. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. One gone for the Nationals in the fifth, and that'll bring up the outfielder Victor Robles. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the game plan is today. Too many early swings. They got to be a little bit more patient at the plate.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Drilled to the right side, and that is through into right field for a single.
Well, not the way you'd like to draw up an 0-2 pitch, D-roll, but from a hitter's perspective, a pretty good job of staying alive. 0-2.
Yeah, and he did an excellent job on the offensive side, not to let the AB get away from him. I know he was down 0-2, but he pulled his neck and he stayed in there.
Into the box now, Alex Avila, as he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike one. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the 0-1. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
That's a good but risky take there. On 0-2, some umpires have no problem ringing you up on a pitch that close.
Working for the punch out and the offering. On a good changeup, a swing and a miss, and he's set down on strikes for the second time today. Into the box now, the Nationals pitcher, Josiah Gray. He did his job and laid down a successful sac bunt in his first appearance.
And not easy to do in today's game. High velocity, exploding breaking stuff. He executed that sac bunt perfectly.
As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball one. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. One and two now as that one's fouled off. From the stretch. Again, he sends it out of play. Here he comes again, 1-2. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Nationals leave one. They still trail 1-0. Mason Thompson takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound. Top half of the 6th about to get started. And up next, the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. First offering on its way. And that swung on and missed for strike one. Thompson, a native Texan. This is his first year at the big league level. The 0-1 on its way. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there. Travis d'Arnaud with an even 2-2 count now.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Stepping in next, Eddie Rosario. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Here's the first pitch. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. One out, nobody on. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Number 88 is there, and he has it for the out. Now at the plate, Marcell Ozuna. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And that one misses upstairs, 2-0.
Like to see him be looking to the opposite field with this next swing. Pitcher's trying to work you away.
2 balls and a strike. 2 out, nobody on. Three balls and a strike to the Braves left fielder. Johann Camargo would be next. Three-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
He's going to have to set his sights a little lower right there. That pitch was able to get by him. His swing was just a little under that one.
And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Now to the plate, number 3. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Yeah, and it's usually demoralizing, Matty, when the top of the order, so-called best hitters, are shut down. But you know what? We can't expect them to carry us every single day. Somebody in the southern part of this order has got to step up and get this offense rolling.
Swanson brings it in. Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, one away. So with one away in the inning, we'll give you a look at the current standings entering play. As you can see that these guys have a pretty good stranglehold on the division to this point. And now here is number 88. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. Here's the pitch.
Rock solid performance up to this part of the ball game right now. One of the keys, 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes. And when you do that, you really make the hitter swing at the pitch you want them to swing at.
On to Freeman at first, and there are 2 away now. Next up, Juan Soto. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. First pitch on its way. A ball and no strikes.
Wouldn't mind the pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against them.
A ball and a strike. Chopper to short. And he'll reach first safely.
You never want to beat a pitcher that breaks a guy out of a slump, but this guy was too good. You knew it was a matter of time before he started barreling baseballs. That gives him a multi-hit game, and I'm sure he's feeling good about it.
Josh Bell the next to hit. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. There's a good breaking ball as it gets the bottom of the zone.
This is where you got to take stock in the situation. Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a gapper to score this guy from first. If nothing less, pass the baton to the guy behind you and keep the line moving.
0-1, here it comes. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Acuna has to retreat to the track, but he has it to retire the side. One left for Washington. They're down 1-0. Seventh inning ready to roll, and next will be the switch-hitting third baseman, Johann Camargo.
Third baseman, Johann Camargo.
First pitch of the AB now. Lifted down the line in left. Number 88 is right there, and it's a very quick out number 1.
Up next for Atlanta.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Ozzie Albies, singled in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and he's got to feel super confident right now. He's the only real offense in this game. Guys on the mound have been executing every pitch.
Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Now a swing as he foul tips it here, and right off his arm behind the plate. That hurts. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss here, so it's a quick 2 outs to start the 7th.
I think he kind of trained the hitter's eyes in that at-bat. What I mean is you'll find the first 3 pitches are all down around the knee, so as a hitter, he's probably looking down there again, and that's the perfect time to raise his sights and make a good pitch up.
Ehire Adrianza will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. Now here's the pitch. as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. 0-1. The numbers offensively pretty dismal to this point, down in the 170s to start play. Still without a home run and 5 driven in. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Reined in. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Braves, but they're on top 1-0. Chris Martin will take over on the mound to start the bottom of the 7th. So stepping in is Luis Garcia. A hit and 2 tries for him so far.
The second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Now here's the first offering. Sinker to open the AB, in there for strike 1.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
This one's down to third. Camargo picks it up cleanly, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
Now batting, third base.
Digging in next, Ryan Zimmerman, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Now the first pitch. Liner in there for a base hit.
Well, this is where the manager makes his money right there. Nice at bat. Now it's a question of whether or not he pinch runs. Dan, as a pitcher, did it make you a little nervous when a guy had jets on the base paths?
Oh, no doubt about it. This is a very difficult spot. You're 1 hit away from getting right back into this game and tying this game up. You're going to have to really think about putting somebody on first that might be able to score on a ball in a gap.
Victor Robles is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. Zimmerman, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Fouled off. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
That's a big strike out there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
At the plate, Alex Avila, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. No hits to this point. The 0-1 pitch.
Step out of the box, take a deep breath. After spitting on that changeup, you might have bought yourself a fastball.
Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. Nationals lead 1. It remains 1-0. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Austin Voth will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Lane Thomas is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch. Ready to begin the 8th, and that brings up the former #1 overall pick, Dansby Swanson. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike one.
You know, it's funny right there. You look at that pitch, and it's almost a hybrid in between a big-time old-school curveball and a nasty slider that goes off the fastball. That's kind of right in the middle right there, kind of working off the clock, that 3 to 8, if you can picture that in your head. Tough pitch to lay off of.
The 2-1 on its way. And this one's low here, so the count swells to 3-1.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Swing and a miss as he goes back to the cutter here. 3-2. Lifts it into the air to shallow center. Thomas is on the run for it, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. Next to dig in, Ronald Acuna. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, big-time K last time up, and it's been a tough series for him so far. You can tell he's just not seeing the ball off this team. Let's see if he can make an adjustment right here.
Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. Now the 1-0. A swing and a miss, strike one. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. Here's Zimmerman, scooped up, and there are 2 away now. Stepping up is Freddie Freeman. Lifetime versus this arm. He's a .333 hitter. 2 of those hits were for home runs. Now here it comes. The cutter runs outside, ball 1. That evens it up, 1-1. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. And Freeman's aboard. It's a base hit. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Yeah, and with 2 outs, the pitcher was mentally in the dugout already. Now he's got to regroup and find a way to get out of this. Hard not to feel for the guy.
Into the box, Travis d'Arnaud. He grounds it sharply to third. Throws there at first, so the error doesn't hurt him on the scoreboard as the inning is over. 1 left for Atlanta, but they're up 1-0. Yadiel Hernandez will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run. Jackson will come on now as he'll be appearing in his 45th game this year. Now here's the first offering. Ripped down the line. Camargo's got it. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
And that was a no doubles defense in action right there, and it paid off big time. That ball was scorched, but the third baseman was guarding the line more than usual to prevent an extra base hit, and it ended up being pretty much right at him. That's good stuff.
Number 3 is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
Skied into straightaway right. Rosario is there. 2 down. So now into the box is number 88. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. First offering on its way. Grounded to the right. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They trail this one 1-0. Yadiel Hernandez will stay in the ballgame as he takes over in center. Stepping in for the Braves, Eddie Rosario flew out last time up.
The right fielder, number 8, Eddie Rosario.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Long run for the right fielder. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
Now batting, the left fielder.
So now to the plate, Marcell Ozuna. His prior history in this matchup, batting .500, 4 for 8. First offering. Rolled slowly down the third baseline. Knee high, he barehands it. Hats off to that one. Now into the box, Johann Camargo. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
1 ball, no strike.
One-run game here in the top of the 9th. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Down the left field line and deep. Grounded softly down the line toward first. Throw on to Bell at first, and the side is retired. So they breeze through this half of the inning. Braves held off the scoreboard here in the 9th. One last shot coming up for the Nats. They trail it here by just a run. Here now is Juan Soto. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
Will Smith is the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the 9th. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. This one's flared off to the right side. Albies is there, and he's got that all-important first out here to start the 9th.
Number 19.
Now to bat, Josh Bell. His career line against Will Smith. He's just 1 for 6. First pitch of the AB now. Line drive to left. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon. Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will. And Showtrack tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by. Standing in now, Luis Garcia, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The Braves leading by the slimmest of margins late in this one and trying to hang on and earn the series sweep.
One of the keys if you want to sweep a team is you're going to have to get some big outs in that 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. They're leading by a run as we're going towards the end of this game. Now it's time for the pitching staff to put this one under wraps.
Rosario will have plenty of room as he makes the catch, and there's a big out number 2.
The third baseman.
Now with the plate is Ryan Zimmerman. They'll be looking for something who could drive into the gap and drive home that time run from first. Richard Rodriguez takes over on the mound now as he'll try to get the final out of the ball game here and pick up a save. Here's the first pitch to him. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. And more importantly than earning the sweep, these guys have their sights set on winning the division. They're in first place as we speak, so closing out every win down the stretch is going to be huge.
One of the keys is staying focused. This was a team right now that's been playing good baseball. They're in first place, and hopefully they're not losing sight of the schedule and looking ahead to the postseason, because getting swept at this point of the season is not a particularly good look.
Popped him up. And he will put this one away. And the Braves sweep the series and continue to set the pace in the division. A single run good enough to do it today. 1-0 the final score. The Braves set the pace in the division with 99 wins. Ian Anderson records win number 16 on the season. Josiah Gray struck out 10 in the losing effort. So that